This is what I look for. I want it to come to an area. I expect it to bounce. It fair value gaps up. It does a ladder. And I believe somewhere in that second ladder is your money. You can do first ladders. I call them out as often as I can. If we're in a great trade location, I'm going to take the first ladder. If I would have been up, let's drop down into a 1 minute time frame here. If I would have been up when we came here and bounced, like beautiful, bounced where we're supposed to, we fair value gapped out of there. It came back to that front side on a low time frame against a strong range or a strong level. That's typically a good level. You know, in all honesty, let's say you would have went long 3 contracts right here and you put your stop here. You could have been in that entire move on your single runner. You might have TP'd something here and TP'd something here, but then your final runner, you would be smiling so beautiful. And I would be begging you, keep your runner back, keep your runner back. So what I was looking at there, James, is battle plan trade number 3 here. I wanted to go deeper in the range, like we said in the writing. Jeez, I want a line. Go deeper in the range. Fair value gap out of there is what I said. First ladder is the most dangerous. Not actually, that's the most dangerous. That's the next least dangerous, and that's the one that's not as dangerous at all. Because it defended. We had fair value gapping. We got back up over the strong level. And anybody could have easily went long here. And what do you say? Where am I wrong? I'll tell you where I think that trade is wrong. If it got back under the RTH low, that's the real place that I think the trade is invalidated. We get back under the RTH low. Now, that's a 10-point stop loss. You might go, I'm not trading 10-point stop losses because that puts you down here. You go, I have a 10-point stop loss on my leverage metrics, but I don't know if I'm going to take it. Or you take it with 1 micro. 1 micro. It's $50, not the end of the world. Or what I told myself is I've got a bit of a muddy backside here. I've got a 3-minute front side here. I got my break level and I've got the RTH low. So what I did on my 3 orders that I had lined up, I had one at 97.25, I think. I'd have to go back and look at it. One at 95, which was basically this break level, and one at 93. And my stop was just underneath it. So what that did is this was like a 2-point stop loss on this final add-on. This was, I forget, 4 points something. And this was what, I forget, 5, 6, 7, something, I forget. But that's how I was doing it, is I knew I had a front side and a fair value gap here, didn't I? I wanted to be in this trade. So I was going long off of a muddy-ish backside, and I could have, oh well, it missed me by 2 ticks. What do you do? Does that help anybody? So that's what I was thinking. It bounced perfectly where we wanted. The bears couldn't get anything else. They got out. Maybe they tried one more time. They got out. I'm looking to get long. That's why I think second ladders are really great. And once again, if you were long and you had multiple contracts as you're coming into a strong level, that's usually a good place to TP some contracts. We have mixed indices here. 2 of us are in the lower distribution of yesterday. 2 of us are in the upper distribution of yesterday. Almost came back to yesterday's POC. The fact that it's failing to get back to POC is actually bullish. The fact that RTH has not gotten here yet, this signals bullish. So if we got back up over the strong level and retapped it, not a bad long. I'd love to see it come up. What I would love to see, let's map it out for a second. It gets right near it. It comes back in. I'd love that. Comes back in some distance. I don't know. Let's say it comes back to the opening. Then we get back up over it. I'm taking that trade. So here I am mapping out, okay, based upon this information, here's the trade I'd be looking for. Now I would be interested in that trade. because we had a 15-point vomit candle down.
Stretch.
They defended.
Workout. Get up.
They defended. We got back up over the London high. Is it coincidence the London high matches this strong level? I don't know. But it certainly gives me now two reasons that if we reclaimed it, I'm taking that long. So I'm actually going to go ahead and launch my DOM because I'm getting close to a possible trade. I would like to see it come back in right there. That's what I'd like to see. They come back in. I'd really like to see it not go much higher and come back in a little bit. But, if it shoots up like a bat out of hell, government shutdown, NFP, news in 3 minutes. So we got that to contend with as well. News in 3 minutes. Look at that. It took back the entire 15-point vomit candle. Does this tell us something about the strength of the bulls? Does this tell us that these guys that were in the London are defending price? They sure did. They sure did defend price. They sure did. Perfect. That's as high as it went. Now come back in even a little bit more and let's get back up over it. We got news in a minute. That sucks. We wanted, and in just judging off this, we said we wanted to come up in the year, come back in. Now the next time it gets over, I think we've got a nice high probability trade. All trades are high risk. So on this push down, we were looking for price to come back up and to the strong push back in, get back up over top and give a long. You could do that in any number of ways. You could say, you know what? I want to be long off 16. My out is somewhere there. That's going to be my trade. Everybody's above their VWAP. Everybody's in the upper distribution. We already had the big pullback. We laddered back up with a vengeance. A lot of things are on your side. One loss and done type of day because of the environment. So if you took that 16, you're up 4 points. You just can't let that, you're up 5 points. You can't let that come back against you. If you took this long here, and let's say you did it with one contract, TP in here to up to here makes the most sense. If you only had one contract. If you had 3 contracts, peel, keep one back to go for that all-time high. Bulls control. There are no sellers. So like I said, if you're long multiple contracts, whatever happens first, cool. You don't need to do anything between those two levels, in my opinion. So have your take profit orders setting up there. Have your 3 orders at the entry. That'll be a nice move there. So 3 orders here. If you took 3, you want to TP here, keep one runner back. Either which one that hits first, you are happy. Your other option here, instead of having all 3 at your even, at this point, you could put one at 5 points, 2 points, and break even. And up here, 1 and 2, where you capture 5 points, 2.5 points, break even. You're like, worst case, I make 7 points and I'm done. I'm closing shop and walking. I think you're in a great trade. If price gets up there and takes the 2 take profits, your goal now is to just stay in your runner and do nothing. How sweet would it be to take profit on that at the all-time high? Oh, that feels so good. There you go. Boom, get up there. You're at a 10-pointer on one of those contracts. If you wanted to take a 10-pointer right there and just sell, take your 10-pointer. Cool. I think it's going to get up there to the middle of that strong range at least. Very nice. Come on. I'd be TPing somewhere 29, 30, 31, 32, depends on where you want it. I just stuck those circles in the middle of that range. Bulls control. There are no sellers. We are on the right side of price action. Price gave us what we mapped out. There we go. Get up there, pay the traders, and there you go. TP, TP. Boom, 30 points. That's a good day. You only need one of those, Alex, don't you? So now you take that off, 15 points, 15 points. You keep this runner back with the goal of coming here. Be on the lookout for the next set of entries that will be published tonight at microstrader.com under Battle Plan.